welcome to MR.Wanyoike digital learning platform. In today's lesson, I'm going to introduce to you to multiplication in mathematics, and I'm going to use the easiest method that you can use when solving mathematics problems that concern multiplication. The first step, you're supposed to draw a square like that. And because I have the first number is a two-digit number, I should have two columns to represent each digit like that. And because the second number here is a two-digit number, I should have two rows. And I put those like that. Then after that, you insert the numbers, that is 4 and 5 in the columns, and 2 and 7 in the rows. 2 and 7 in the rows. Then having done that, you're supposed to put diagonals in the smaller squares created like that. Then the second one, you put a diagonal like that. And this diagonal proceeds up to the other corner. Then the third diagonal should be stated like that. Then having done that, remember this is a multiplication mathematic problem, and therefore you are supposed to put that multiplication sign there. And therefore you take each number each and every at a time. For example, I take 2, I multiply by 4, I'm supposed to get 8. And any number you get, the sum of any number that you get, which is less than 10, you should start with a 0. And therefore, 2 times 4, you get 8. So you start with a 0, then you write 8. Then 2, you multiply by 5, you're supposed to get 10. And because that number is not less than 10, but it is actually 10, you just state the way it is. It is a two-digit number, 10. Then 7, you multiply by 4, you're supposed to get 8, that is 28. And because it is a two-digit number, you just put 2 and 8 there. Then finally, you take 7, you multiply by 5, you're supposed to get a two-digit number, which is 35. That is 7, you multiply by 5, you get 35. Then having done that, you are supposed to start with the last digit obtained, that is 5. Then you add the numbers in between the diagonals. You add the numbers in between the diagonals. And in this case, 8, you add to 3, that is 11. 11 plus 0 still remains 11. And if you pick 1, then because you got 11, you pick the ones, the digit in ones, you write it. And the digit in tens, you put it in the next space, that is in between the second diagonals in between, and you demarcate it with a comma so that it can be a different number as the one which was initially previously in that space. And therefore, you repeat the same thing that you have done in step number 2, that is adding the number in between the digits, in between the diagonals. You add them. 2 plus 8, you get 10. 10 plus 1, you get 11. 11 plus 1, you get 12. And in this case, you're supposed to write 12. You're not supposed to carry because the last space is represented with a 0 digit, and therefore there is no need of carrying. Even if you write 2, you carry 1, you will end up saying 0 plus 1, you end up getting 1. And therefore, you just write that 12. And that becomes my answer. It becomes my answer, that is 1,215. And because you have gotten that answer, then you come to the question where it was stated. You write the answer as 1,215. And that becomes our answer. That marks the end of today's lesson. Till next lesson, bye-bye.